little bit. Morning everybody, Chad, Adler Farms. Man, it's gorgeous. Look at that. Dottie, what's she doing? What are you doing? Man, there's nothing better than pulling up, getting out with a bag of cubes, and they don't come charging you because there's enough grass finally. It's a good time. What's going on? Huh? What you doing? You wanna sniff them? That one, you might be able to eat one of those. No? Oreo, what you doing? What are you doing? Bruce, good to see your tongue's in your mouth. Oh boy. Easy, Bruiser. Pat! There you go, big girl. My goodness. What's up, buddy? Hey, we need to talk. Patrick, I gotta tell on you, buddy. I do. The people want to know. Let's get this way. He's running. He doesn't want to talk about what he did last night. So Patrick, we figured out, got out basically underneath a ditch over there. There's a ditch that goes underneath the fence, I should say. Patrick got out, which warranted Mama, Tipsy, to come figure out where he went. So she wound up in the neighbor's pasture. It was Ben's. Ben, if you're watching, howdy, bud. Then of course CJ, who, if you guys don't know CJ, we don't talk about him much. He's our longhorn that we're probably going to process. Now it'll be 2 or 3 years, but you know, that's just how it is. It's not that people raise them for meat, but we did get CJ to grow a cool set of horns and a good hide, and of course we will process the meat to feed our family. It is what it is, I'm just telling you. But CJ, where's he at? He's a big boy and he does not miss a meal. When everybody else out here finishes eating, CJ always comes through and runs cleanup. Always, man. No cube left behind by this one right here. So when he saw that Tipsy and Patrick were next door, he assumed what any cow would assume, that must be greener grass. Jumped the fence and went looking and went running around too. And everybody got home safe and sound. There's no risk over there, nothing like that. The only reason we wanted Patrick back was because coyotes, okay? We're highly confident if they're here, we don't have an issue. Our donkeys will take care of them. But Patrick being over there on Ben's back pasture, just a huge risk. We don't want to do that. It was pretty funny. We actually came out here just to look around. We had the little boys with us, and Ray and I were looking around talking about the new cabin, and just saw this white streak go across the pasture next door. And no, we didn't film any of it, okay? It was kind of a get your blood pressure moment up for a second. But put half a bag of cubes in a 5-gallon bucket, went up there shaking it around, and Patrick came right back through the fence. He jumped through the barbed wire, which we put a T-panel. We put a cattle panel up there. And Tipsy, here's the deal with cows, okay? If you didn't know, cows, barbed wire does not contain a cow. Any cow, okay? Even any cow. The only reason animals stay behind a barbed wire fence is because they're well fed. One thing that can cause them to get out is the curiosity of the calf. which is just a young calf. He probably looking down, playing, who knows what. He's not a big fan of chickens, and our chickens go over there sometimes, like right along the fence line, and he may have just been chasing a chicken through the fence. But barbed wire doesn't keep animals in. The only thing that keeps an animal in is making sure they're well fed, plenty of room. We put a cattle panel up there, but what I did was when Patrick came through, I watched Tipsy, and I walked down the fence row with her, and we just found a low spot. When they clip barbed wire to T-posts, they use these little metal clips, but with enough pressure, which takes a lot, but she ain't a small girl, with enough pressure you can press that barbed wire down, and she full on pretty much just stepped over it, and then her belly just crushed it down. Barbed wire doesn't hurt them. I mean, it tickles at best. Anyway, they're all back. It's all good. No harm done. We're excited. Is that right? Is that right? Hey, they want to see you. Can you see your pretty face? Can you see your pretty face? Look how pretty you are. Look how pretty you are. The pretty blue eyes. Pretty blue eyes. Such a good little doggy. Such a good little doggy. Speaking of dogs. Hey, your guys' feed's up in the cabin. You're gonna have to come over there with me. June, honey. Listen. I don't know what to tell the people anymore. Oh, Bruce, wait, dude, no, listen, I can't watch. No, please don't. Nope, I'm gonna throw up. Man, that's so weird. Goats are so weird. But look at these teats, man. Just look at them. Goodness. June, you need to give birth or you're gonna have to start donating milk. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to. We wanna meet him or her. Can I touch one? Can I touch? Hey, sorry. Lo siento. It's all right. It's all right. They're probably sore. I will say this. They're full, okay? Definitely not empty. Tipsy, Patrick started eating cubes. So your milk supply has gone down a little bit. That's okay though. I talked to Aaron and Kylie over at Lone Rock where y'all came from. And they say that takes pressure off of you. Can I touch one of your teats? Can I? Can I? Not today. Okay. Before anybody says anything, nobody here has scours. Everybody's okay. Tipsy's got the pasty butt, the poopy butt. Tipsy's a white cow, okay? So every time she poops, looks like she needs to wipe. Chickens! Look at that view of the... Thank you, cowboy. That view of that dirt pile. It's the best looking septic tank dirt pile I've ever seen. All right, let's get some food. Hey, guess what we're having this morning? Eggs. We're having eggs for breakfast. I just said that to chickens. That's hilarious. I'm funny. Ready? Uh-oh, it didn't break. Sorry. There we go. One more. Oh, it didn't break either. Miserable fail. We'll leave those in there. Whew. Collected yesterday. Late. So, yeah. Man, it's a long egg. Collected late yesterday, so not many eggs this morning. Still laying pretty consistently. No complaints. Those LGDs don't play, man. They are always on point. Whew. I also snuck up on them. I took the long way around to check the cattle panels where Patrick and Tipsy were getting out, and CJ, I snuck up on them and kind of surprised them. So they're like, how did it get past our spidey senses? Man, this grass, oh my goodness. It's so good looking. I love this back pasture back here, man. This is amazing. Look at this. This is all fresh. I planted all of this, Adler and I. Rode around on the tractor, throwing seed. Starting to come up pretty good. It's a little thin in some spots, like thinner on the highest points, because obviously water washed the seed down. But we have all summer to come out here and maintain this and make sure it keeps going. Such healthy poo-poo. I love talking poop. Who's with me? Some beautiful oak trees back here. Absolutely gorgeous. All blooming out, but we had a limb fall. Wonder where that came from. That's a big one. 516. He left us a little departing gift before he went to freezer camp. Kind of murdered that cedar tree back there. But it's one of his favorite places to scratch. So gotta leave it, just to remember him, right? I mean, I can always go visit him. He's, 550 pounds of him are in the freezer. Shed still holding up. Doing shed things. Got a little curve as it gets a little older, but don't we all? I didn't see anything on June. I don't want to stir anything that's not really there, but I am being very mindful and looking for that mucus plug or that mucusy substance as she gets closer. And also coming back here, because this is where she spends a lot of her time, and just making sure that if she does calf back here, like she could have, let's say she gave birth this morning, or let's say her water broke or something like that. Now, if I realize if she was that far along, we'd probably see hooves sticking out up there at the top of the hill. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. I've been checking the fence lines because she is definitely a fence line mom. I think they do that because they feel like nothing can get behind them. I don't know. That's just my take on it. She rides the fence lines, and when Ray and I were out here yesterday, sorry, I hope you guys don't mind, just walking and talking. But I'll spin the camera around and show you these views. It's my favorite thing. Even though we got a side-by-side and two four-wheelers and the truck, and I still just like walking. Look at all that. You guys tell our neighbors too, Mr. and Mrs. A. Tell them howdy. Keep in mind too, Mr. and Mrs. A. I was talking to Mr. A a couple weeks ago, and at any given time, we can turn our animals out over there. We also talked about haying that this year for us. Growing a steer, we may grow a steer. Like what if we grew one out, gave them a half? I haven't talked to them, I'm speaking out of turn, but I know they'll be down for whatever. We grew something out and turn them out over there, let them eat that hay or let them eat that grass. And I don't know, should we raise a couple Baldies? I kind of want to raise Hereford. I don't know, I just haven't, I like raising different things. And now that I've kind of got it into, a rhythm, I know what to do and what to expect and how much they're going to eat. Thought about getting a couple red Herefords, putting them over there, and raising some beef for Mr. and Mrs. A and ourselves. Getting them young, it'd take 18 months to grow them out, and we'll eat that beef in that amount of time. This is where I need to seed. I walked over, I know, I skipped out on June, but what I was talking about with June is I just want to make sure wherever she gives birth that, I can keep her safe or whatever that looks like. I don't know that we will pin her up, okay? It's not as cold. Now, I think at the end of this week, doggone it, it's supposed to get down to like 40 degrees at night on Thursday and Friday. So just prayers that everything goes okay. I did read that first-time heifers often don't have as bad of an issue with passing the calf, because when they have contractions, their only relief is to push. So they actually do better as long as they weren't bred to, too big of a bull. But Fred was not a huge bull. He was never gonna be a huge bull. So I don't think it's like, there's not some massive calf growing in there. What I was telling you was yesterday when we were out here, Hang on, let me get by the coop so it's not as windy. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Yesterday, when Ray and I were in the cabin, June was probably 100 yards out in front of the cabin, and she, thanks buddy, she took her sweet time standing up, like longer than normal. And then she did the, you guys will know what I'm talking about, she did the back leg stretch and drag walk when she got up. And when Tipsy did that, I've got a video, a reel, or a short, whatever it is. I think it's got like 200,000 or 300,000 views. But when Tipsy did that, it was March 10th, and Patrick hit the ground 10 days later. That is the first sign we've seen of June doing that. But again, I know some of you guys got your hopes up. We did too, because we took her to the vet, and he was like, he wasn't doing it when I was back there. I come up here and he just rips it. We took her to the vet and kind of got our hopes up, ours too, just that it was going to be sooner rather than later. But remember, we want a healthy calf. So whenever June decides to share is whenever June decides to share. Thank you, cowboy. I'm actually going to open that. Give him a little breezy. By the way, real quick, somebody asked me the other day where we got our chicken door. And it's from Run Chicken. Now, I'm not sponsored. We bought this, but if you want to know, they did invite me to throw in an affiliate link, but I don't talk about it enough. I don't show it off enough. But the coop manufacturer, the people that build these coops here locally, they actually ship these now with that door because of us. That's super cool. Not because of us, but when we threw it on there, I texted the guy that built them, and I said, hey man, check this out. And he thought that was super cool. So anyway, this is from Run Chicken. But if you want to know more about it or where to get them, go check out my buddy's video, Derek Stokes, over at Stoked Living. I'll tag him, Stoked Living, but I'll tag him down below. And go tell him we sent you. He has no idea we're doing this. It'll be funny. And good, wholesome family. And they're quite a bit more experienced than me. So what I say, I usually ask those guys and others that you know of for advice. Go tell them howdy. They have no idea I'm doing that. All right, it's time to move the water troughs. You're gonna take them. Thank you, cowboy. Let's take them up top. Get everybody set up there. So our second, man, that rooster, doggone, he's got my number this morning. Our second cabin is on its way. And if you wanna know when, you gotta go watch Case. His last video, it's linked down below. Go tell him howdy. But he did reveal at the end of his video when the second cabin is coming. So we got to get this prepped and prepared. It's not super level. It's as level. How's that look? Does that look all right? It's not super level, but we're going to get some base rock in here and get her ready. And no, we're not worried about these sinking. Okay, somebody asked if they sink or sag or settle. Everything settles, everything, okay? I don't believe you can build something on a solid enough foundation that it doesn't settle. However, what our septic guys have told us, what the dozer man told us, what anybody that's been out here that knows anything about dirt, our property right here has these giant stones, man. It's sandstone, and they're huge. Now they do, somebody mentioned you want to throw them in put them around a fire ring. They actually can burst, not blow up. You're not going to catch shrapnel, but it's sand. And if you don't know what sand does in heat, that becomes glass. So I think my minerals are right there, but yeah, you gotta be really careful. I actually had one way down there. Where's it at? I had a little fire down there months and months ago. There was a big rock in the middle of the dirt pile, of the debris pile. I couldn't get it out, so I just started the fire. Well, when the fire was done, the rock was in half. Big old rock, man, like 12 inches around. So you want to be really careful what you do with them, but I say that just because where we're going to put this cabin, all these rocks are underneath here. So all we need is a good base, get her level, we'll be good to go. But let's run this water up top. Guess who just made all that noise?
Yeah.
Carter.
Yeah.
He's way over there. that good?
Uh-huh.
What is that?
Chocolate ding dong.
Chocolate ding dong?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good, huh? Hey, what'd you think about being at Lowe's for 4 hours?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? You had fun at the store earlier?
Yeah, but it was a little bit boring.
It was it was a little bit boring. True that. Does that ding dong make up for it?
Uh-huh.
Back up so they can see what you're doing. Can you spin real fast? You just made everybody throw up. Fun-filled day. So we wound up getting some food. And what'd you think of that place we went to eat, though? Was that kind of cool? Up on the rooftop? Yeah. So we went and ate, had some fun, went to Lowe's, bought a washer and dryer. We bought one with a active agitator, whatever that means. Just means the clothes get cleaner. Did you guys get your clothes dirty? You don't get clothes dirty, yeah. You wash them? Are you excited to do laundry one day?
No.
Why not? What if you do my laundry?
No.
Will you wash my underwear? Will you wash my underwear and my socks? No. I gotta do it?
Yes.
Is that good?
I'm only washing my clothes.
Oh, okay. Guys, that's it today. We had a ton of fun. All the animals are safe. It's 4:30, about the time you guys are gonna see this afternoon. We're gonna sign off and enjoy some more. Just getting a drink. We're gonna sign off and enjoy some family time. We are gonna run out and check on the animals again, but washer and dryer is on their way, so that's a good thing.
Cool.
All right. We're going to sign off, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned because you need to go watch Case's video. He'll tell you when the cabin's going to be here. I'll link it down below. Hey, you know the big cabin's coming? And you know what's cool about the big cabin?
What?
You know what's cool about the big cabin? It's got a big, giant, open space right now, and you can ride your hoverboard in it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So again, whose fault was it we were at Lowe's for so long?
Your fault.
It was not my fault.
It was his. Yeah. It was his.
Oh my
It
goodness.
was his. It was his.
So you pick out a refrigerator. Whose fault is whose, okay?
His.
If I buy a refrigerator, does it have ice and keep things cool? Yes. Ray, if we buy a refrigerator, what does it need? It needs to be white with gold door handles. Like we live in Rome.
Yes,
Oh, Jeremy.
preferably.
Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless.
God bless. This is.
Gooses.